Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. Success never sleeps. Everything hurts, but I'm grateful. It's the truth. After that 2.5, 3-week tour, and then I came back and got the pneumonia. So I thought, but my chest x-rays came back, and I have no pneumonia. So that's a good thing. But tonight was my first night back training with the team, and everything hurts right now. Freaking everything hurts. I think my hair hurts right now. I do. I think my hair hurts. Hey, Master Deluxe, you heading home too? Me too. I'm just leaving the school right now. Today was a good day, you know? It really, really was. Took my daughter to school this morning. Took care of some business. Worked for a bit. Worked on my kids' love life skills. Had lunch with my wife and my daughter. Came into the school early. Helped support the team. They don't need me. You know, they're staffed really well. But just being on the floor, helping a bit, getting in there, I think was really, really important. And I'm mindful of that. That even though I don't have to teach, I want to teach, and being on that floor and having my energy, it does contribute. I don't step on people's toes, so that was important to recognize. I said that tonight in the team. When we finish our team training and our team meeting, I got this from Rudy Mick and Nick Cirillo. We say to ourselves, what's one thing I can celebrate I did well? And what is one thing I believe I can do better? So I said, well, the one thing I did well is I got out there and I supported the team. I made sure to talk to parents. I helped manage the floor a bit. I helped advise the team. And I said, the one thing I can do better is to recognize, without being egotistical, I am the professor. I've been doing this for 55 freaking years. I bring some value and a skill set to the table. I can't be afraid to hop in there and make corrections in real time to the team, as long as I'm respectful, and improve the quality of the class instantly if I can do so, right? So that part is really, really important. And I shared with the team, if you can write about it, that's why I encourage my team to send me an email at the end of every night, telling me at the end of every shift, teaching shift, one thing you believe you did well and one thing you believe you can do better. It's like a chef not tasting their food. It's like a musician not hearing his music. You need to see it. If I can see it, I can be it. See, so if I can see that email and look back and say, okay, the one thing I can celebrate is I supported the team. I taught well. I was a good example in the instructor's class. I trained hard. I can see that. That's what I can celebrate. And if there's one thing I can do better, and that is to be more assertive and recognize I can be assertive without being disrespectful or stepping on people's toes. If I can see that, then I'm going to ask myself, well, how am I going to accomplish that next time I'm in the school and they don't need me to teach, but I want to get on the floor and make it better. Or if I see something sitting behind the desk and I need to hit that headphone and say, hey guys, let's make this correction. I've got to be able to do that. And if I can see that, I can create an action plan. I can write a system to help support and facilitate that. You feel me? So, what's new? We just released it. It's Time Live on November 6th. For the first time ever, is going to be streamed worldwide. Worldwide. And I think that's pretty cool. We've got it dialed in. So, there's a 72-hour special right now. Look for the link at Facebook. It's everywhere. You can buy it for... It's regularly $99. You get it for $79. You can sit with us live that day and watch it. Then afterwards, be able to access and view it for another 24 hours. Or for $139, marked down to $119 right now, you get to watch it that day with us. And I'd love it if you're there with me. Just to know that you're there, in Australia or England or Germany or, in New York, somewhere like that, watching would be very powerful. And then you can look at it for another 30 days after that. So it's only for 72 hours. Those are your two options. $79 live stream plus 24-hour access, or live stream plus 30-day access for $119. Take advantage of it. It's the first time we're doing this. So many people just can't afford to fly out and be there, can't be with me. I understand that, but I don't want you to miss out. Take advantage of that special. Get signed up immediately. Look for the link at my Facebook. I have it a couple of the group pages. Share it with everybody you know. I want to start your 2017 right. I really, really do. So I priced it at a very economical price point. I want to give you lots of real innovative content that's going to help you better your business now. It's going to take hard work. The hard work's got to come from you, but I'll give you the content and information that you need. Cool? So Success Never Sleeps. I'm hanging out. Kevin, I miss you, sir. I hope life is good over there at Refinery. I hope things are going well for you, sir. Rodolfo. I don't know if I've met you yet, sir. Andrew, sir. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So, hey, Success Never Sleeps. I'm hanging out with you. I just want to announce the It's Time Live worldwide live stream, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be super cool. So many people have been asking me for that. But, again, if you can come hang out with me in person, I appreciate that as well. It's always better in person. We'll have so much more fun if I can look you eye to eye and hang out with you, you know? It's a good thing. And you guys who are coming in for It's Time Live on November 6th, come in Friday night the 4th. Watch classes at our Millbury location all day Saturday. See the culture, watch it happen. Or stay through Monday and watch classes on Monday. You could do that as well. To see our culture in action, to see what we do, is just amazing. And if you can see this young team deliver and execute on the high level, you'll understand the value of systems, you'll understand the value of culture, you'll understand the value of creating a brand. All of that comes into play when you can see it in real time. Cool? So those of you who are coming in, hey Chris, you know, those of you who are coming in, either come in Friday night, watch classes Saturday, or try to stay through Monday and watch classes Monday. If you stay through Monday, 9 a.m., you're going to take a kickboxing class with me at 9 o'clock. We're going to work out together, and I'll give you that killer format as well. So It's Time Live is happening, man. You know, it's there. So I want to open up to you for questions now. You got any questions for me tonight? What can I do to help you? What can I do to make life better? You know, I posted a video earlier. I just want to, I don't mean to beat that one over the head, but it got a lot of views. People praised me. You know, if something was taken out of context that I said, and I owed Master Omerovich a big apology. I gave him that because it was totally taken wrong. But you know what? Whether I meant it or not, the fact that somebody was hurt by my actions, and I care about this man a lot. He's a good man and his family. So I apologized. And people praised me for that. And, you know, thank you for the praises. But you know what? It's the right thing to do, man. Be accountable. If you do something wrong, one of the greatest things we can do is say, I'm sorry. But like that freaking Elton John song, right? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Sorry seems to be so hard for people to say. But you know what? I'm sorry is so liberating. It's so empowering. It gives so much to that person. If it's sincere and you mean it, right? It's a good thing. So what you got for me? Success Never Sleeps. If you don't have a question for me, you know I can keep talking all freaking day long. All freaking day long. All freaking day long. So another thing I've been working on passionately is getting our website done. I've learned so much about web design. I can't tell you how much I've learned about web design. It's amazing. It's amazing what we don't know and how I think we're really hurting ourselves because we need to understand the purpose of our website. We need to understand how it serves us. We need to understand the value of that website and how it plays into cultivating our culture, promoting our brand, and of course, generating quality leads that are converted to actual trials. That's important. It really, really is. So I'm going to talk about that too on November 6th. I think it's amazing. So come on. Success Never Sleeps. I'm hanging out with you. This is Brannon Beliso. What questions you got for me? Because I heard everywhere. I'm sitting there right now driving. I think my eyelashes hurt. I got my butt kicked tonight. But isn't it a good feeling? Isn't it the best feeling after you work out really hard and just like, you know, it's like, don't touch me. Everything hurts. It just does. Everything hurts. Come on, what you got for me tonight, folks? I love answering your questions. I love your interactions. How are things going? Everybody working hard through the end of the year? Somebody asked me, you know, and this is a great question. Someone asked, why are your, holidays so successful? I think number one, because we only close for 4 days. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Those are the only days we're closed. That's it. How many employees do I have? Between both locations, we're at about 35 Master Deluxe. Between two locations, about, 19 in SF. And then Millbrae is like, right about there, 35. But a lot of them are part-timers as well. So, out of that 35, I would say six of them are full-time. So what you got for me, folks? What you got? So while I'm waiting on that next question, I want to share that passionately. Chris Rock, I posted his post about, it's not about how much money you have, it's how many options you have. I think that's really important. The fact that I was able to take my daughter to school today, the fact that I was able to have lunch with my wife and daughter, the fact that I was able to max out my retirement this year is a gift, I take nothing for granted. I think a lot of the power of my success is I understand what it takes to make me happy, and I've really learned that. And I'm a pretty simple guy. I don't wear expensive clothes. I don't wear expensive jewelry. It doesn't require a lot to make me happy in that respect. I'm not a materialistic man, but I love giving to my family and those people around me. I just do. Nothing better than to give to people. So, Steph, what you got for me, sir? What are the most important things you learn from the web design process for you? Well, that if you're a young school owner without a lot of money, then you should consider one of those template-driven type sales-based websites. You need a site, you need something is better than nothing. I think if you have the money, then you should spend it and own your website instead of leasing it. I think every website should have photos and content that communicate your culture and brand. I believe websites by themselves are pretty much dead. Everything is a landing page, and that landing page should have a way to capture the lead. It should have a compelling call to action where they can physically buy a trial of some sort, whether it's 4 weeks in uniform for $99, etc., etc. I think we need to understand when someone comes to a website, you have 8 seconds before they'll leave. So what goes above the top of the fold, Stephanie needs to rock, right? Because it's what they see, right? So right away, boom, we have a video that plays. It says, live your best life. It's compelling. It holds you. So that 8 seconds there, everything above the fold really needs to have a powerful header, a video. We know video is king. So if you look at most of my Facebook ads, they are video. I believe for those of you that are sales driven, looking into lead pages or click funnels is very valuable. I think it's a little more product driven, but you can manipulate click funnels to work for you. I believe you can get enough education to do a basic WordPress landing page for yourself that's simple and effective. You would be amazed what you can do in WordPress with a couple of seminars on your own. I've learned that please make sure every landing page, every website that you design is mobile responsive. I have learned that 65% now of all searches are done on a smartphone. So you need to make sure your websites are mobile responsive. And I've learned so much more, a lot more. I'm getting educations every day. I'm working with Chris Yango, a good friend of mine, who's a coder who has spent the past year or so learning to design, because I wanted somebody inside who I could have at my leisure to pick their brain. I'm also working with Eric Shields, who I think is a secret in our industry yet. Wait till he comes into his own. I think he's got a lot of amazing ideas for web design, and the fact that we've been able to create a team and we're growing it, I think it's going to be a great platform for Eric to soar. I mean, he's great on his own, don't get me wrong. But I think as a team, we do better, and we'll be able to create more. I'm learning a lot, and I still have so much to learn. Because as we know, web design is changing dramatically, constantly, every freaking day. It's changing. We know video's king now, right? ClickFunnels is kicking butt on landing pages. You know, I mean, long copy is starting to fall to the wayside. You know, stacking those keywords is pissing off the Google algorithms. There's so many variables nowadays, you know, that's happening. I learned at Facebook, if you run a Facebook ad on fitness, then you put a before and after, you know, thing at your landing page, Facebook's going to spit that back. It's crazy, right? It's freaking nuts. But this stuff is happening every day. I do believe a website is one component of many, and I believe that you want it to generate quality leads. But I have learned from some investigation, from some conversations, please, for every web lead that you get, I want you to check the IP address. Know where it's coming from. If it's coming from Africa, if it's coming from freaking another country, then you know it's a bogus lead. And it could be planted. It could be a fake lead. Now, I'm only saying that, but you need to do your own investigation, because I'm sure there's a million arguments that people could say to prove otherwise. I've read tons of articles about it. I've talked to a few people that said they had the IP addresses checked, and that was the case. So I'm just asking you to please do your due diligence and find out if the leads you're getting are legitimate or not. Cool? Lorenzo says he has fake leads. Okay. Jeremy, evening, sir. Let me pull over here because I want to read this safely, Jeremy. Jeremy, sir, how's everything going? Evening, sir. How would you start to transition into a different culture in your location? We are trying to rework how we approach our business model with how we represent ourselves on and off the mat. On and off the floor. Well, that's a really good question, Jeremy. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Let me stop this because this is important. All right. First of all, Jeremy, I think it begins with you have to be very clear on your values. Values to me are number one. Because at the end of the day, when I lay my head on the pillow, I want to be cool with who I am. I mean, these are extreme cases. Look at Saddam Hussein. Look at, Muammar Gaddafi. Look how decadent and rich those people were. And look how horribly their lives ended because of their lack of value and their greed and their what they did to their countries, right? Now, I'm not saying any of us are near that extreme, but Good to Great is a great book by Jim Collins, and he talks about that. He's a, business professor out of Stanford, and he did his studies. And whether it was a business that's been around 100 years, clip to businesses that have been around for a couple of decades. No matter what the business trends are, Jeremy, up, down, whatever products they're selling, the one thing that never changes, Jeremy, is their values. So first, being very clear about your values. 2, understanding your why. If I was to ask you, Jeremy, right now, why do I want to come to you versus Joe Karate down the street? What would you tell me? 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 And if you're singing the same song as everybody else, we teach focus, we teach discipline, we're a family martial arts school. If you're singing that same song, and I look at you side by side, and school A says the same thing, school B says the same thing. Let me plug my phone in, hang on. And school B says the same thing. Well, then I base my bond decision upon things. Who's closer to Jeremy and who's cheaper. So once you understand your why, then with that why, we begin to build our purpose statement, that we're accountable for. For us, it's we're one, a community dedicated to serving you, and every moment to live your best life. That's it. You call my schools right now, Jeremy, live your best life at One Martial Arts. We bow out of class, we finish a class, live your best life at One Martial Arts. So we're very clear about that. And we're living, teaching, preaching that culture 24/7, all the time. That's very, very important. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, we train you to be your best. I don't like the word train. Because when you think of train, it's like training a dog. I know old school, we all say train, I train, I train. But I would consider that word maybe, working on that word a little bit. You feel me, Jeremy? Because you think of a mom with a 6-year-old. Think of the average person. They don't use the word train, right? So Lorenzo says, I just want to read it because I love hearing what people have to say. I would tell you we always focus on your child and that our curriculum is unique and we always give your child the results that you deserve. How about keep it simple, Lorenzo? We always give you the results that you deserve. I like that. I like that. We give you the results that you deserve. Something along that line. I don't know. It needs work though, Lorenzo. It's still kind of all over. I would really work on that. So, now once I've defined my values, Jeremy, I have my purpose, I understand my why, I've written that purpose statement, then we begin to cultivate that tribe. We cultivate that culture. Like anything, look at it like planting, right? When they use that terminology quite frequently, you cultivate a culture. So, you rototill the dirt. Then you decide what kind of seeds. Pumpkin seeds, zucchini, broccoli, what, right? Then you put those in. Then you water, you use manure, you nurture, you grow, you prune, you weed. And all of that, that's a constant, Jeremy. We're constantly defining and refining our culture. But you know what doesn't change? Those values, that why. It's consistent, Jeremy. And so that's kind of where I would start. And from it, I think organically, you'll watch it take on a life of its own. I hope that answers a little bit. But hopefully, come on down for It's Time Live, sir. Come hang out with me. Be your best at XYZ martial arts. Jeremy speaking. Yeah, you kind of do the phone test, right? I like that. I like that, right? We answered, live your best life at one martial arts. Brandon speaking. I would live, teach, and preach your culture, right, Jeremy? I walk up to a dad. Hey, sir, you living your best life today? Oh, yeah, I worked out. Okay, sir. Just checking there, sir. Right? Kids mouthing off to mom. Yeah. Sir, are you living your best life by disrespecting your mom right now and talking that way? No, sir. Okay. Let's live our best life. Show your mom. See, so always talking. We're living, preaching, teaching our culture all the time. All the time? All the time. All the time. Doing push-ups. Come on. Who's living their best life and making their body healthy and strong? See, so it's constantly. We're always promoting that culture. Always. 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 But think about it, Jeremy, November 6th. Come on down for It's Time Live, man. It's going to be cool. But hey, also have the live stream happening, right? First time. Worldwide, we're doing a live stream of It's Time Live. It's going to be cool. I'm very excited. So you see, Jeremy, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Absolutely. What else you got for me, folks? Anything else? Cool. Yeah. It's really cool. I mean, I know my thinking is really unconventional, but it's rooted in tradition. It's rooted in martial arts I've done since 1967. So, as radical as some of my thought processes are, with no contracts, no upgrades, no belt fees, we're not a retail store without that. When you get down to the nuts and bolts, man, a right cross is a right cross. You agree? A right cross is a right cross is a right cross. So, when the day's done, however you want to slice or dice it, as long as you're serving people really, really, really freaking well, you're doing the right thing by them, you're living by your values, right? You always put the client first. Always put the client first. People say, someone interviewed, this is my boss. I said, I'm not your boss. Our clients are the boss. Every student, every parent, they're the boss. They simply give me money and I spread it around. And I recognize that. So we approach every parent, every student with a sense of humility all the time. And our goal is to make sure our clients are happy, right? The customer is always right. That old cliche is important. Because I don't care who's right or wrong. What I care about in most situations is finding a positive way to improve the quality of our relationship. And sometimes that means they quit. That improves the quality of the relationship. But either way, as long as we go with our purpose statement, right, Jeremy, is we are one, a community dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life. Every moment, my purpose is to serve you in living your best life. And if you're unhappy with our service and what we do, then guess what? We're going to make the effort to correct that. You feel me? So, It's Time Live, November 6th, San Francisco. Come on down. You're going to love it. I want you to watch classes the day before or watch classes on Monday. And we're going to hang out. It's going to be an amazing event. as it always is. We're going to get 2017 dialed in. But most of all, I think what I'm passionate about is helping people become critical thinkers. Really get you to think outside the box, outside associations, outside everything, you know, and create something unique to your own belief system. You feel me? So my Shotokan culture has a front of a shonen, but I noticed that you put your brand on your front desk, which I'm planning to do. Do you think I'm having a shonen could affect your numbers? Because it's a picture of Funakoshi. You know, just, I don't want to step on honor, Lorenzo. I don't want to step on respect, okay? I don't want to step on what you hold true to your heart with your values and stuff, but I'm just going to say, what does that mean to a mom with a 6-year-old kid? Does it mean anything to her? Could you put a better message up there to communicate the value and benefits of your school? Maybe there's a place in your school on a wall, you hang that picture of Funakoshi and you put a spotlight on it and say, you know, whatever you need to say, okay? Whatever you need to say, it's perfectly fine. But my encouragement is just always understand the people that you serve, right? Understand who they are, right? I think that helps a lot. That helps a lot in that process, okay? And I was watching Steve Jobs last night, that movie, and people were telling him, nobody wants what you have, blah, blah, blah. He goes, they don't know what they need. I'll make them need it. And those first couple of apples failed miserably, man. It wasn't only until he hit the Macintosh that he started to hit his stride. But I think even Steve Jobs understood, I need to give people what they need as well as what I believe they're going to need. He created that balance. And so it's about that too. I want to create innovation. I want to create things that aren't there yet, that people will be inspired to want and become part of their needs. But there are basic human needs. Everybody wants to be part of a tribe. Everybody wants to be part of something special. Everybody wants to belong, right? So, I mean, everyone wants to feel like they belong somewhere. Cool? All right, so It's Time Live, November 6th. The It's Time Live stream, 72 hours, great discount. Get it now. Share it. Tell everybody. It's going to be the first time worldwide live stream for It's Time Live. Cool? Cool? Hey, what's up, ma'am? How are you? Oh, goodness. Greetings, Professor. What sold me 4 years ago, and still the way everyone working there remembered the grandkids on my name. That's important. We love knowing people's names. That's very important. You know, we're grateful to have the kids there. I was there tonight in the school, so training hard and teaching. All right, we all good, folks? We all good? If you don't have anything more for me, I'm going to get out of here so I can drive home safely. Yeah? Jeremy, when did you discover what your tribe was or what your culture was? Well, I think the first thing for me, Jeremy, is when I recognized my purpose in life is to serve people. That's it. You know, I used to work in my grandma's restaurants. We grew up in a martial arts school. We lived above it. We live above it. And for us, I learned service is really my calling. It always has been. And now that I understand that, cultivating service into a profitable, sustainable business and unique tribe was really easy. Really easy. Lorenzo's asking, Professor, you still doing that 3-day seminar? No, we didn't get a big enough turnout. I think, you know, I was hoping, but what's going to happen, Lorenzo, is you have a couple guys coming in and out for a couple of days after. So we're going to be doing some kind of fun workshops. We're going to do Excellent Kids on Tuesday all day. We're going to train on it. I'm going to teach people that have excellent kids. So if you're coming in for It's Time Live on November 6th, if you can stick around till Tuesday, we're going to do an all-day training for my Excellent Kids program. So that's going to be very cool. So those of you who have excellent kids, we're going to go through every lesson plan for 12 weeks and cover that. So yeah, we didn't get a good turnout for that, Lorenzo, but that's okay. More people want the live stream and more people want to be there for the one-day event because they got to get back to their schools. I understand that. But hey, you know what? Like Steve Jobs, I'm going to try everything. I'm going to try everything because that's just the way I roll, man. That's just the way I roll. How many failures turned into successes by the 3rd, 4th, 5th time? So, you know, that one didn't work out. But that's okay. My heart was in the right place. I was hoping to serve unique people at a higher level. And it's all right. We got people coming in and out. Germany, and my buddy staying from Germany all that week, Lorenzo. I have a couple of clients coming in from Tuesday from Centerpoint Martial Arts. So we'll get some training done. We'll have a lot of fun. Meditation seminars, I do. I have a few more coming up. I'm going to try to squeeze one in before the craziness of the holidays. I think that's really, really important. Your mind is a muscle and you need to exercise it. So I'm passionate about meditation. Went to church today, St. Cecilia's, and I sat there and meditated for a good while. And I understand why I like going to churches when nobody's there. I like sitting there and meditating. You know, I feel close to God all the time, but something about sitting in a church sometimes, it can be really cool. Just FYI, you got to see it for yourself to really learn. Yeah, thank you, Lorenzo. Lorenzo came in. He saw our school function. You know, if you see it live and you watch this team deliver and execute, it makes a lot of sense, the stuff I'm talking about. So that's why I recommend if you can come in on Friday night and watch classes all day Saturday for It's Time Live, or come in and stay Sunday and Monday and watch classes, you'll get a lot out of it. A lot. A lot. So are we good? Are we good, folks? Sign up for It's Time Live, please. Or sign up for the live stream and get the discount only for the next 72 hours. It's going to be done by Friday? Friday. It's going to be done by Friday at 12 noon. So take advantage of those discounts now. Spread the love. Spread the love. Professor team really lets you learn and they help you a lot. Yeah, because they're all geared towards service, Lorenzo. All my team loves to serve. I'm not going to hire somebody that doesn't love to serve. It makes no sense, right? So we all get that. And we're in that pocket. Cool? Hey, folks, I want to say thank you so much. Please sign up for It's Time Live. Get the It's Time Live stream if you can't be there physically, but I hope you are. All right, folks, until we talk again, everything hurts right now, but I'm grateful. Worked out hard tonight. Until we talk again, go out there and make a difference.